Did you know that Arsenal and Real Madrid have only clashed on 4 occasions in competitive history? That's rarer than a polite word from Roy Keane on punditry duty. Yet when these two giants meet, it's pure footballing magic. Think of Thierry Henry pirouetting past defenders or Zinedine Zidane pulling strings like a puppeteer on a sugar rush. Now they're set to collide again in the Champions League knockout stage, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Will Arsenal's gritty revival stand up to Real Madrid's European dynasty, or will the Gunners get a lesson in royalty? Let's unravel, because this one promises to be dripping with intrigue. Let's paint the picture. Arsenal, led by Mikel Arteta, have clawed their way back from mid-table obscurity to become a Premier League powerhouse. Their defense, anchored by William Saliba and Gabriel, is tighter than a miser's wallet, conceding fewer goals than almost anyone in Europe. Meanwhile, Real Madrid roll into this tie as the undisputed kings of the Champions League, with 15 titles and an attack that's frankly absurd. Kylian Mbappé, Vinicius Jr., and Jude Bellingham, that's not a front line, that's a highlight reel waiting to happen. This fixture has history too. Cast your mind back to 2006, when Arsenal, powered by Henry, Bergkamp, and a fearless young squad, stunned Real Madrid 1-0 at the Bernabéu in the round of 16. Raúl and Zidane couldn't crack them that night, and it became an iconic Arsenal moment. Today, the cast is different, but the stakes feel just as big. Arsenal are the hungry underdogs, desperate to prove they belong at the top, and Real Madrid? They're here to remind everyone they've been running this show for decades. It's a clash of opposites: Real Madrid's electric, freewheeling attack, the most lethal in football, against Arsenal's stingy mean defense, a brick wall with attitude. Something's got to give, and it's going to be epic. How does this play out? Picture Arsenal's defense as a fortress, Saliba and Gabriel slamming the gates shut, while Declan Rice sweeps up trouble like a midfield janitor. Arteta will likely park the bus, stylishly of course, and hit Madrid on the counter with pace and precision. Real Madrid, though, don't mess around. Ancelotti's got an attack that's like a fireworks display, dazzling, loud, and occasionally chaotic. They'll probe, with intricate passing, and let their superstars loose to wreak havoc. But neither side is flawless. Arsenal's attack has been patchy, especially if Bukayo Saka is sidelined. They've leaned on set pieces and flashes of brilliance rather than consistent firepower, and that's a worry against a team like Madrid. Real, for all their swagger, aren't invincible either. Recent La Liga stumbles, like losses to Barcelona, showed their defense can wobble under pressure, especially against quick transitions. Their midfield, with legends aging, sometimes gets overrun. Arsenal could pounce if they exploit those cracks. Tactically, it's a war of attrition. Arteta, the Pep Guardiola protégé, loves possession, pressing, and control. Think of him as the eager young coach with a clipboard full of plans. Ancelotti? He's the cool uncle with a cigar, unfazed and adaptable. He'll switch from patient build-up to all-out blitz depending on the vibe. It's like watching a chess prodigy face a grandmaster who's won every trophy in the cabinet. Arteta might outwork him, or Ancelotti might outsmart him. Either way, the touchline battle will be as gripping as the pitch. The individual duels? Mouth-watering. In midfield, Declan Rice versus Jude Bellingham is a heavyweight bout. Rice, the destroyer, trying to muscle Bellingham, the difference maker, off his game. Then there's Fede Valverde versus Martin Odegaard, Valverde's relentless running clashing with Odegaard's silky vision. And don't sleep on Eduardo Camavinga versus Thomas Partey, two midfield generals who can turn a game with one crunching tackle or killer pass. On the flanks, if Bukayo Saka's fit, he'll dance around Ferland Mendy, who'll counter with raw physicality. Jurrien Timber against Vinicius Jr. is another cracker, Timber's versatility against Vinicius's lightning pace and trickery. But the main event? Kylian Mbappé versus William Saliba. Mbappé is a Ferrari, sleek, fast, unstoppable. Saliba's the Rolls-Royce defender, immovable and ready to flatten anything in his path. It's the blockbuster battle every fan's itching to see. Here's the kicker. Mentality might decide this. Real Madrid are the Champions League's overlords, 15 titles, a decade of dominance, and a swagger that says, "We've got this," and Arsenal. They're the new kids on the block, back at Europe's top table after years away. Arteta's drilled them with data and instructions, but applying that under the Bernabéu's lights, with 80,000 fans roaring, is a different beast. Madrid thrive in these moments, Arsenal are still learning not to blink. Can the Gunners rise, or will the occasion overwhelm them? For Arsenal, this tie is uncharted territory. They're facing Europe's elite, a step up from their Premier League battles. But here's the thing, over the past 2 to 3 years, they've held their own against the best, City, Liverpool or Chelsea. Win or lose, this is a classroom with Real Madrid as the tough love professor. Last season's narrow 1-goal net aggregate loss to Bayern Munich in the quarter-finals taught them plenty, how to compete, how to hang in there. Those lessons could be gold dust here. Imagine if Arsenal pull it off. Beating Real Madrid in their first crack at them would be seismic, a scalp to send shockwaves worldwide. It'd be proof that Arteta's project isn't just promise, it's real. A win would echo that 2006 Bernabéu night, cementing Arsenal's return to the elite. Even a close loss, though, offers growth. Every minute against Madrid is a masterclass. How do they optimize? Focus on what they've got, not what they don't. Arsenal's defense is world-class, use it to frustrate Madrid's stars. Their midfield can dictate tempo. Let Rice and Partey boss the engine room. On the counter, they've got to manufacture a hurting mechanism to exploit Madrid's defensive lapses, like those seen in La Liga. Madrid can be overconfident. Arsenal can make them pay. Mentally, they need strategies for setbacks. Mbappé will dazzle, Vinicius will jink, there'll be tough moments. But Arsenal must stay cool, stick to the plan, and trust they can claw back. Preparation is key. Game out every scenario so nothing's a shock. Rise to the occasion, and they'll leave with heads high, win or lose. This isn't just a match, it's a test of Arsenal's soul, a measure of their climb, and a peek at their European future. For Real Madrid, it's another day at the office, chasing eternal glory. For the Gunners, it's a chance to prove they belong. So, strap in, this clash of titans promises drama, lessons, and maybe a miracle. Could Arsenal shock the world again? Let's hope they do. Till then, have a good one. Like, subscribe, and thanks for tuning in.